Virgo, welcome to your 5-card movie star spread. On Friday, I uploaded quick reads because I was pressed for time. So today, I'm going to upload the full reads. Also, I updated the playlist, so if you missed last week's read or you want to look up an old reading that really resonated with you, you can go to the playlist, look up your astrological sign, and it'll have the most recent reading, so the last reading I did, moving backwards. So if that's, I think it's just a little bit more organized to do it that way if somebody wanted to look up an old reading. Ooh, a lot of swords on this board. All right. So the 8 of Swords in the inverse is you releasing yourself from a mental prison that you put yourself in. This is you getting out of your head and into the real world and no longer focusing on the worst case scenario or the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Okay? That's the energy you're in right now. You're releasing the anxiety, the stress, the overthinking. All of that's kind of fading away. Now you do feel a little stuck. You still feel a little helpless. But at least you're not focusing on the worst case scenario anymore, you know. But you do kind of feel like, it feels like you're stuck at the ending of a situation. You know, you were dealing with these problems and you were dealing with these problems and you just thought naturally you would move past it. And when you didn't get over that last hump, you kind of got stuck in your head. But now you're starting to, I see over here, you're starting to strategize your way out of it. So let's see how we're getting there. So again, feeling stuck. This is you feeling like you don't know which way to turn. You don't know how to leverage your resources. You are stuck at a crossroads, and instead of making a decision, you are stagnant. You are holding yourself in place. Okay? But your journey is about getting the upper hand and defending your passions. Picking and choosing which new growth you want to bring forward. So that's your journey. Your possible outcome is strategizing. So with these two together, what this tells me is, now that you've made it out of this mental prison and you have a crossroads, you are actually looking at your options, figuring out which one is best, and you are at the beginning stages of planning that forward movement. So you didn't get your way and you didn't get something that you wanted, but ultimately that turned out to be a good thing because it kind of lit a fire up under your ass, literally, and got you to start planning. The 2 of Wands here is about finding something within yourself and making a plan or making a choice to bring that into fruition. You see, he has this globe in his hand. He's focused on the globe. He's focused on his inner world, what he can control. Okay? Figuring out what he can control and then figuring out which way he wants to go, ultimately making a choice. Once he makes a choice to make a plan on just the things he can control, the next step is to go ahead and make a change. So you had a tower moment where something didn't turn out your way and it lit a fire under your butt to start this strategizing, to start this planning. Ultimately, that's what got you out of your head and made you recognize your choices, those endings and beginnings. So you're stuck at an ending and you recognize you have to wrap some things up before you move forward. So it's literally like you have to deal with the past energy just to get it out of the way in order to make room for that new growth. And once you come up with that plan and strategy, you are more than willing to put in the hard work and dedication and effort that it takes to reach this long-term happiness. You recognize that This isn't something you can put a Band-Aid on and move forward. And that it's not instant gratification. It's not like, boom, you solved the problem. You recognize that there's a journey that has to be made. You have to make a choice. You have to choose a road. And you have to put in the time and effort in order to gain that ultimate fulfillment that you're seeking. You might be at the end of a painful situation, Virgo, but you're at the beginning of new growth. And you know that this isn't something to be taken lightly. You know that it takes work, it takes time, it takes effort. But there's something within you that you have control over. And taking that first step, making that choice, is the first step to making that change. Bravo, Virgo. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. If nothing else, I hope I validated your feelings, and I will see you next week.